So yeah, we can start talking about what we think about the what we're gonna see today.
Splinter Cell.
You think so? After they denied it?
I would say it's Splinter Cell, or well, we already know it leaked out Watch Dogs 3, so that was my pick before it got leaked, but
Yep.
so we're going to know we're going to see that. But I would say what they said there, what, 3 or 4 that were going to other IPs.
Yeah. So they said they had 4 new games or 4 new IPs or something along those lines that they're
Oh,
going to be releasing in the next 10 months or 8 months or something like that. And so Watch Dogs is one of the 4. So we don't know what the other 3 are.
Yeah. Yep. I
are you
say
guys
Just
seeing this
Dance
right
is
now?
one of them.
Are you
Well,
guys
actually,
seeing this right now?
they said Just Dance is actually not one of them. They confirmed that.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Did
Okay, why am I seeing dude legs and it looks like boxer shorts? No, I guess they're shorts. Why am I looking at dude legs?
What are you looking at? I'm looking at Ubisoft right now, and they got a story creator for Assassin's
Oh,
Creed Odyssey, and you can create your own quests.
that's pretty awesome.
That's you can add NPCs, dialogue. You make your own dialogue wheels with it.
I don't
Hello,
see a movie. I gotta actually, I guess, let's search it. I thought it'd be in the front page. Clearly not.
twitch.tv/Ubisoft.
Yeah, I have the app on my computer because I'm lame.
Wow, that is awesome. And they're giving this to the community so then you can upload your quest to Ubisoft and then you can play it.
That's pretty awesome. I
That is
mean, that
awesome.
kind of that's just been
Free, and they're giving it free to everybody.
that's pretty awesome. That kind of falls along with this whole game, though, right? I mean, you could be running around and people would leave screenshots for you. Like
Hmm.
as you were
Hmm.
running around the thing, so you could see somebody else's screenshot. I thought that was super cool. This whole game has almost been, it has the feel of almost like what you would see in a Kickstarted game. Do you know what I mean? That kind of community back and forth with the developers, and
It
they
reminds me
kind
of
of,
the old Dragon Age and BioWare communities that they had
yep,
back in the
yep.
day. That's that's how I feel about the game. I mean, the community that's around Assassin's Creed Odyssey reminds me of those old BioWare forums that you would go in and talk to everybody about the game and stuff.
Hmm. And that just, I really wish, just as a side note that goes along with that, that's kind of slightly off topic, I really wish we could get back to that a little bit more. Um, like, that is really something that you keep we keep hearing people talk about the negativity and blah, 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 but those communities really helped control and anchor, and you just saw the negativity as being a little less. Now, views and the rise of of content creation and on social media is a whole other like category, but just that community, the
Hmm.
developers know who you were, the other people in the community knew who you were. You'd get on streams and it would be like, hey, blah blah blah, and hey, blah blah blah, and I really love the fact that Ubisoft has really been very community centered in this game. I hope they keep it up.
Uh, I
But
like the fact of it seems like Bethesda and Ubisoft are pick up the fact that communities in these games are huge and they support them. Like how long? I mean, you've talked about Elise. How long has the community kept Skyrim going? I mean,
oh,
the
I
mod,
mean,
the
since it
mods and everything.
released,
Yeah,
and I swear Todd said something about 50,000 people are playing it like right now
it's crazy.
on that interview with IGN. It was something like that. It's in the thousands.
What, Skyrim?
Hmm.
Well, there's tons of people playing that. Like,
Um,
Well,
and I'm not sure if he was talking about like how many people are still downloading the game for the first time or how many mod downloads there are on Nexus. I mean, I don't know, but
well, it's just my nephew was playing it, and some of the new textures that they added in the game are just amazing from some of the mods.
my kids are still playing it on Xbox.
Yeah, that's what he's
So,
playing on too, and that's cool too. That Xbox and a console is allowing the mods and stuff.
mhm.
I think they should do that. They need to continue doing that. That's the only
And
thing I
there,
worry about with something like Stadia, of cutting off the modding.
oh yeah,
right
that would be
now, yeah, right
good.
now on Steam alone, There's currently 28,000.
That's just Steam, yeah.
Yep, just Steam.
I mean, that's amazing. A game that old. Could you imagine how many MMOs would like to have that many people playing at one time?
Oh my gosh, yes.
And that's a single player game. So, I mean, and that's, quickly doing the wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I understand why, Bethesda is like, oh, I've got to get up on that, but they've got to do a better job of figuring out how to do that. Anyway, back to the question that was asked about what we're going to see. I assume we're going to see Beyond Good and Evil.
Actually, we're not.
No, we're not.
Did they come out and say no?
Yeah, June 5th. June 5th, they came out with a stream thing for it, and
yeah, I saw that, but I thought maybe
they're not going to be the show supposedly. Yep.
Then I don't know.
I was surprised on that one.
Ghost Recon.
Yep, that we'll see.
Yep, yeah, we'll see that one.
You took away my Just Dance. Some driving game.
Crew 2 was last year. Maybe an expansion for it?
Maybe Steep or something. I don't know.
Steep 2, maybe?
I would say a new Steep
about
because
that.
The other day, I would say new Steep because didn't they usually do at Ubisoft, they start letting you play the game for free before they come out with a new one, and they did that again with Steep about 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I was able to download the whole game completely for free. So I would imagine Steep 2, it's about time for that one, so that could be something.
The Division 2, I'm sure there's going to be some FJ that they're going to talk about.
Yep.
Probably some raid stuff.
Yeah.
Do we get a teaser for Ragnarok?
I'm hoping so.
I think we'll get a teaser for it.
I know they're working on something out of the same studio that did Far Cry because that's where Mike Laidlaw is. So, for those of you who don't know who Mike Laidlaw is, but he's the former creative director for Dragon Age, the Dragon Age series. Him and Mike Dara. Mike Dara was on loan to Anthem. I just loved how all those people who don't know about any of this stuff is like, oh, Mark, they moved him to Dragon Age. No, folks. He had Dragon Age on his business cards the entire time, even when he was helping out with Anthem. But anyway, so that'll be... Clearly, they're trying to go for an RPG thing there, so I'll be interested to see if they say anything about what he's working on. For Honor, probably. I'm seeing them do something right now here on the thing. So, aren't they coming out with a new one? Aren't they coming up with a For Honor 2 or something? Isn't the rumor?
Yeah, maybe.
There's another DLC I think they're adding to the current one.
Are they the ones who are making the Ghosts of blah blah, or is that
Ghosts
Sony?
of Tsushima?
Yeah.
Not Sony. Also, right now, Ubi is streaming in 720p, which makes the stream look like garbage.
I just saw that. Yeah, I tried that mine, and
Well, maybe they're doing it for the pre-show, and they're going to up it up and up it in the. Other than that, I don't know. All the games that I expected to see. Does this mean then that the show's going to be shorter?
I think we'll be surprised. I say we'll get another Mario and Rabbids kind of thing,
or just another Nintendo.
Yep.
Cross whatever in general.
I think we'll get a Rainbow Six. They're going to do some new stuff with that, I hear.
Give that chicken a bomb.
I mean, that's clever, but that's mean to the chicken.
You just kick the chicken to
Kick
him.
the chicken to the guy. That was, as far as in a game creativity kill, that was pretty creative.
That was mean.
Did you though catch in Assassin's Creed Odyssey the thing that the developers did with the chickens in that game, especially in the higher levels? If you attack the chickens, you've got a good shot of they killing you. I'm just
I did know that they made the chickens important. They took I like to think that's an homage to
Hey.
Sky.
Oh, go ahead.
Just remember you couldn't kill the chickens in Skyrim either. The guards would come after you, so I feel like that's what they're going with that. Oh, that's what I would think. I don't know.
Oh, it's the president of Finland.
He just
Well,
That's the trials guy.
That's the Crash whatever person, wasn't it? Not
Yeah.
the Crash 2 guy or whatever.
Yeah, Trials Fusion. Also the president of Finland.
For reals.
Looks like we're getting
Well,
ready
you
to...
see they had that rabbits and whatever icon there on that table. It looks like some people are holding those, so maybe that's
they were giving away and let them to decorate. They can decorate them there. So that's
cool games.
Yeah, so maybe that's a hint.
We saw screen printing, we saw makeup, we saw rabbits figurines. Shout out to Steve.
Other than that, gosh, I don't know.
A quest builder, shopping carts, sick puppies.
I would love a
So
Splinter
many good
Cell though.
options. So many good options.
I keep saying no,
Instant fried
but
chicken, everything.
would love that.
So we're gonna head into the Orpheum Theater, and for everyone at Ubisoft,
I'm trying to think the last time I played one, it was a
Well, supposedly they're working on another Assassin's Creed, right? Didn't we hear that a year ago?
that would be like.
Which I was
Right.
really hoping they were going to be slowing that down and doing it every couple, 3
They're
years.
taking a year off though, so they kind of every other year. So
Starting with music. Here we go. Chat, let me know on volume.
the Assassin's Creed Symphony. I wish I could attend one of these.
We had this last year too, right?
They had a band last year. Yeah.
Yeah, but this Assassin's Creed Symphony, it's like touring right now, in a bunch of different places, which would be cool to attend.
So are they just going to start with the new game then? I wonder.
know.
It looks like France a little bit, doesn't it?
I think this is just an homage to Assassin's Creed. Quick question: would you guys love if they remade the first one, remastered?
I've never played the first one. I started with the second.
I haven't either. Yeah, I haven't either.
My
But
son said the second one was the best one, so that's what I started with.
I agree.
I'm not sure I linked my Ubisoft account to Twitch. Now I think about it. Looks like they have Twitch drops.
yep.
People cheering for Black Flag. A lot of people say that's the best one.
I was watching some guy streaming that today. I was like, gotta play that one. Haven't yet.
do have to say though, I really enjoyed the boat fighting in Odyssey.
In Odyssey.
Yeah,
I like it a lot more than I did at Quest and got the flamethrower.
so if the boat, in Black Flag, if the boat fighting is as good, then I can see why. Man, that dude with the double bass is straight up just like getting it.
Nice.
Yay!
That's a worldwide tour.
Bravo! They're not coming anywhere near my...
Not even close. Toronto would be about the closest, actually.
What happened?
I know. It's the flyover states.
What you just saw was only a glimpse of the Assassin's Creed Symphony Tour starting on June 29th. Imagine an 80-piece live orchestra and choir playing the iconic themes from Assassin's Creed while you relive some of the most memorable moments from over a decade of Assassin's Creed in an immersive experience. Check out acsymphony.com to learn more.
I mean, excellent music, great performances, goosebumps. If you like those things, I think those shows are going to be for you. But, of course, there's one show that we all came here to see, the Ubisoft E3 conference, and it's just about to start here from the Orpheum Theater in Los Angeles. Now the house is packed, and to give you folks at home an idea of what that feels like, can I please hear the balcony people make some noise?
That theater is pretty awesome, man.
Yeah.
Now,
Okay, they
now,
said it's about to start. It should have
if you
gotten
please,
started.
I'd like to do the same for the people sitting on the ground floor.
Actually, Grumpy, if you like that in-your-face fighting, the Assassin's Creed Odyssey, you would feel like
Well,
there's a
the
warrior
excitement
tree
is here,
going
folks. We hope
really
you're
nice.
feeling the same way there. From everyone at Ubisoft all around the world, please enjoy the show.
That was a pig. I'm just saying that was a pig.
London,
This is Watch Dogs.
greatest city in the world.
Legion.
Well, used to be. Now it's a right mess. Government's fucked off. Extremists are grabbing power. Organised crime slicing up the boroughs. The war dogs are out. And freedom's a bloody joke. But this ain't their London.
Oh, that's why I
This
saw the
is
pig.
our London. And there's a new power growing. It's all of us, together. We're building a resistance, one recruit at a time.
What's my favourite operative up to this evening? And no, I never say that to the others.
Scouting talent, Bagley. So gob shut, eyes peeled, yeah?
I have no eyes, and
Okay, I
if I
don't need to
did,
be
I wouldn't
mean,
peel
but
them.
this so feels like the Division. Without weapons. Less trash in the
Your
streets.
cell phone, that is your weapon.
That is your hope.
Yeah.
Hack the world.
Bloody drones are everywhere, kicking our fucking teeth in lately.
Then I recommend you recruit someone who can deal with drones.
Brilliant, never would have thought of that.
You're clear. Sod off.
All right, easy. I'm complying.
That totally is the Division. You know how those like
Impressive
NPCs
skill
come up and
set.
ask you
Sure,
for
but
water
we
and
need
food
a
and
drone
crap?
expert,
Right there.
Raj, not a shit kicker. File that one away for later.
So he scanned her and he gave him stats about her, looking for recruits.
It's trying to find somebody that can deal with the drones.
100% damage, may die randomly.
They die randomly.
It's a total disgrace.
I'm actually really interested in what they're going to do with this one.
Me? I ain't done nothing. Come on, you shifty prick. Hurry up.
Chat saying it needs to be a little louder.
Jimmy Shaw. No formal engineering training, but he has several mischief charges for hijacking Albion drones.
Hold still. Fuck you, man. You got no right.
Oh,
We find our drone expert and he's about to get himself nicked. I'm dead set. Get out of here.
Riot drone! Stop. Keep your hands visible.
Best not to escalate if you don't... Oh, just ignore me.
Prepare to be detained.
Prepare to be detained.
Critical injury.
Wow, it's a one shot.
Not today.
Prepare to be detained.
ooh, it's even
Yeah.
stealth.
Stealth mode? What?
Ooh, and then he took over the car.
Several chase drones are converging on your position.
No shit. What were you planning to tell me about the bloody checkpoint?
Oh, there's a checkpoint.
Ah. Oh, there's a checkpoint. Thanks, Jarvis.
That's a death stop.
Yeah, that was the.
There was somebody in the back of that car, right?
Yeah, exactly. So, you're so dead there, buddy. Told you. This is Watch Dogs 3.
We lost Ian. He's gone.
Permadeath.
Permadeath. Oh, for your operative. So it's like
Wow. So then what happens?
So
then you gotta use your other-
you can play as any NPC that you recruit.
Oh.
so if you have a lot of good gear on that person and
Lovely
they
evening,
die,
isn't it?
it's gone.
Oh, good. They're taking out the old lady.
I'm gonna play it. Yeah, the old lady.
Get used to it. In the long march of progress, everything
Hack
goes eventually.
Eventually, even you, Bagley, I'm sure.
Now, there's my Helen.
I'll
Speaking
show
of
these
death,
young
you'll never guess what just
whippersnappers.
happened to Ian.
Oh, for God's sake, Bagley, a little respect.
Then let's finish what he started.
Yeah,
He
this
was
is like
working
gonna
on
be
a
like
new
Dynamite
recruit, a
then,
drone expert.
with the NPCs.
That's
so.
promising. What do we know about him?
Albion scanned Jimmy just before Ian was killed. I should be able to predict his next move from that data. Unfortunately, his records are locked up tighter than your compression stockings.
Are they now?
But this case should be handled by the Met.
Albion's even taken over Scotland Yard. Complicates matters. And there's
gonna
my
hack the
way
world.
in. Hello,
She's got a
darling.
drone.
She's got her own spider
And
drone.
she calls it darling.
Oh my god!
Oh, face
What
hugger.
the hell?
Face hugger. Oh, I hate those things.
Time
That's
to go.
awesome.
They'll be on to me.
Oh
Yeah,
my
for the
god.
Oh my god! Granny's gonna show him how it's done, kid. We called it. And this is how you do it, you young whippersnappers.
The files you stole indicate that Jimmy
On the
started
bus.
Camden Market.
Let's get someone
Right.
over there, Bagley.
This is the best
Chop,
thing about
chop.
Watch Dogs. You can do anything you want. It's open world stuff.
Oh my god, that's awesome.
That is
Is this
Right.
Aisha? Oh no.
Always. But this recruit better be worth all the trouble.
According to the Scotland Yard records, Jimmy's sister was killed by Clan Kelly. We believe he's seeking his revenge inside Camden Market.
Camden Black Market, you mean?
Yes, the Kellys are rumoured to run all sorts of illicit goods out of the old stables. Some with fingers and toes.
If he's gone in there alone, he's in big trouble.
I want to know how many voices they
Kellys
recorded
have
for
this
this.
place on full lockdown. I have an idea.
Today, everything's all fine and dandy. It's all...
I mean, you assume that Aisha Tyler's in here somewhere, right? I mean, she's done the other Watch Dogs games, right?
Yeah.
Did you hear her say, well, she got interviewed on some show and they were asking her about TV versus video games, and she said video games are way harder to do.
Now, Naomi, we've already lost one operative, so try not to get killed, or we'll be in the red for the day.
Copy that.
Wonder if you can actually customize their outfits and all that too, like every NPC.
Huh? What the hell?
I
Is this a
mean,
meme?
you would assume since you can do it in the Division that you can here. I mean, you see similarities to the Division in this. UI and stuff, so...
Ah, cannabis and fentanyl, together at last through the miracle of genetics.
Oh my god.
The Kellys are moving loads of weapons out of here. Not your typical back alley shanks.
Ooh, there's your pulse, JT.
Stables. It's human trafficking. Found Jimmy.
Cheeky shit. Fuck you.
And here we thought he might be in some sort of trouble. So, how are you going to get him out of there?
Lots of hugs and kisses.
So she's the fighter, I guess, then, yes? Wow.
Don't fucking move. I'll kill him. We'll kill him. Help.
Reinforcements are converging on your position.
On your feet, mate.
Well, wait a minute. Are you dead sick?
Hope you're sharper than you look.
Jesus Christ. Someone help me beat these dead sick pricks.
That was nice.
Back up.
Yeah.
Back up.
Does the rolling help?
Shit.
Where's Jimmy? Jimmy, a little slow.
Fucking hell. Run.
Uh-oh. Jimmy die on the way out of there because he was a little slow jumping off that roof?
We almost died out there tonight.
Look, thanks for helping me, but I can handle myself.
Right. You think you're better off alone. You think everyone else has given up and there's no one to trust. That's what they want you to think, and that's how they'll take us, one at a time. It doesn't have to be that way. Together, we can change things.
Wait. What happened to that bloke who helped me?
He didn't make it.
Definitely interesting. The enemies are not necessarily that bullet spongy. 2 shots and they were down.
Fuck it.
There's some writing here.
Welcome to DedSec, James.
Yeah. Okay, so where do I go to meet the rest of the crew?
You don't need to go anywhere. Look around you. Everyone has a reason to fight, and DedSec is open to anyone.
Anyone?
Welcome to the Resistance.
I'm actually impressed with the story more than I thought so. Of course, I know they got raked over the coals for the last game story. Everybody thought it was kind of meh. Definitely improvement. They showed a lot more than I thought they would too.
Thank you. Guess I'm going to make you all wait so long. I should really knock it out of the park, huh? I'm Clint Hawking. I'm the creative director of Watch Dogs Legion. And for the past few years, the team and I have had the privilege to work on a game and an innovation that we are very proud of. Watch Dogs Legion is set in London, one of the greatest cities in the world, and it's had a massive influence on all of our culture for centuries. Today, with Brexit, London's at a turning point. It's hard to predict what the future holds for London, for the UK, or for the world. But history has proven time and again that where London goes, all of us go together. In our near future, London is facing her downfall. The UK has become a surveillance state, and freedom has been replaced with fear. Armed drones patrol the streets, deportation squads rip people from their homes, and Granddad is using crypto to buy a new kidney on the black market. But Londoners never surrender. Their resilience and determination is an inspiration to us all, and they are the heroes of our game. All of them. In Watch Dogs Legion, your mission is to build a popular resistance to fight back against the emergence of an authoritarian regime. This means you don't just play as one hero, but many. And in Watch Dogs Legion, you can recruit and play as anyone.
Wow. That's kind of cool, actually.
I mean, basically what they've done is they've taken the classes and assigned them to just
in our game,
any of the NPCs
every
that
Londoner
you can recruit.
is fully simulated with a persistent life and relationships, and anyone from the entire population can be recruited into your team.
So anybody can be recruited.
Find them,
from the
profile them, hack into their lives, play their origin mission, and win them over to your cause.
Everybody's got an origin mission?
All unique characters with different backstories and personalities, fully voiced and animated, and they are the stars of your story. Every cinematic in the game will change, depending on whether you're playing a former MI5 action hero, a 70-year-old granny you saw feeding pigeons in the park, or anyone in between. However you want to play, whoever you want to be, Watch Dogs Legion lets you be that. You want to make a team of classic British spies? No problem. You want to be a crew of street-savvy kids from the council block? Do it. You want to go hipster, body mod, Afro-punk, gangsta? Awesome.
Grannies? I want a stable of grannies and
These
grandpas.
ladies fucking invented hacking!
Senior citizens take over.
Play as Anyone is the innovation that transforms a story about freeing London and the world from the grip of tyranny into a game about the heroes that live in each of us. Because being a hero isn't just a job for someone else anymore. It's a job for everyone. So on behalf of the Watch Dogs Legion's team here and around the world, I hope to see you on the booth. Thank you for your time, and welcome to the Resistance.
A date? Nope. Oh, wait.
Ah, London. Had a good run there for a while. Now it's all riots, bombings, and people thrown in cages like animals. Oh, and who could forget the killer robots everywhere? So yeah, it's all gone a bit shit. It's up to us to take our city back. Thing is, we can't do it alone. We need to recruit a resistance. I know what you're thinking. Where do we start? Open your eyes and take a look around. Look here. Look at him. No, not him. Him. Former MI5.
Duty never ends.
He can get anywhere.
There has to be some starter characters though, right? These must be the starter ones.
Yeah, maybe.
See her?
Let's kick those bastards out of London.
She got kicked out of Oxbridge Robotics School for teaching him to reproduce. And that fella over there? Proper bellend. Come on, come at me. He'll crack your skull just for looking at him funny.
Hashtag Grandma Resistance from Chef.
This had better be fucking good.
And allow me to introduce you to the deadliest of the lot.
Granny dropped out.
She's not old. She's experienced.
Retired assassin. Oh my God.
Like I said, you can recruit anyone. And I mean bloody anyone. Him, her.
Remember that one movie? What was it called?
Everyone is a
Red or
secret
something
weapon.
like that? Red?
Yeah, yeah.
That would be cool to get like
That was a great
older
movie.
people to do that.
Build the resistance.
I'm going for all the grannies and the stroller pushing moms.
Soccer moms, minivans. Nobi in chat had a good idea. I'm wondering, and maybe it is because the other Watch Dogs is co-op. Could you possibly recruit real people to be in your group?
March 6th. Oh God.
Another March game.
Well, how many other March games are there?
I don't know.
I knew there was an April.
Just
a couple of Junes.
Hello. My name is Rob McElhenney, and for the past 14 years, I have been making a television show called It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
That's who I thought that was.
Thank you. But I am here today because I love games, and I wanted to express that love in the only way that I know how, save for playing them, and that is to make a TV show about them. More importantly, the people who create those games and the people who play them. So last year, I called the funniest people that I knew, Charlie Day, Megan Gans, and David Hornsby, all executive producers on Sunny, and we started talking. We realized very early on that if we were going to do this, we wanted to do it right and to be as authentic as possible because, as you all know, nobody smells bullshit like this particular community. So we did the right thing. We partnered with Ubisoft, and away we went. It has been an incredible experience working with one of the biggest and best game developers in the world to inspire us because our show takes place in the fictional studio that created the biggest MMORPG in the world, Mythic Quest. And we meet them on the cusp of releasing their biggest expansion yet, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. The show follows the team of devs as they navigate the challenges of running their game while dealing with the difficulties of modern office life. These people are truly stuck together, yet they grind it out day after day for the love of the game. And at the head of that team is my character, creative director, Ian Grimm. Like most creative directors, he's gifted, driven, and tirelessly dedicated to his game. And like most of the creative directors that I've met, he has an ego the size of a city bus. I'm going to get my ass kicked backstage because there's a lot of creative directors here. Joking aside, it is clear that those creative directors and the thousands of people who work on these games put everything that they can into them. They recognize that they have a tremendous opportunity and responsibility, that they must do everything in their power to ensure that the games are nothing short of the best that they can make, because that is what the community, you, deserve. I promise you that in making this show, we took the same approach. So without further ado, here is a brief look into our upcoming TV series for Apple TV+, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet.
Oh, we'll be watching it. I don't have Apple TV.
Yep.
What is Mythic Quest?
Yeah, either.
Some may say it's just a video game.
When it first debuted, MQ was hailed as a masterpiece. Now played in 20 different countries on 6 continents, it's the biggest massive multiplayer role-playing game of all time.
Loaded hazard.
Today, they find themselves on the precipice of their first major expansion, Mythic Quest: Raven's Banquet. And it all falls on the shoulders of one man, creative director Ian Grimm.
When we think about cultural touchstones, we think E.T., Star Wars, Avatar, and yet our industry dwarfs the traditional entertainment business. So when we think about legends, why not think Mythic Quest?
True indeed. And when we think of visionary world-building artists, instead of just Spielberg, Lucas, and Cameron, why not think Grimm?
Saw that coming.
I'm sorry, I gotta stop. What is this?
It's a commercial for the game.
It's a commercial for you.
It's still going.
Shh. Oh my God. This is insane.
I think it's brilliant.
Like somebody said in the chat, it's The Office is based on a video game. I'd watch that, but I don't have Apple TV either.
I'm not sure how many creative directors got obsessed by that.
Hey there, my name is Parker Intero Mackay, esports caster for Rainbow Six Siege. There are so many exciting things to come in Year 4. In-game events, map reworks, playlist updates, a roster of 52 unique operators, and of course, a thriving esports scene. Starting tomorrow, you'll be able to enjoy our 13th season, Operation Phantom Sight. This major content update brings 2 new operators to Team Rainbow, Nook and Warden. After this show, be sure to stick around for an intense celebrity match starring T-Pain, Lil Yachty, and some of your favorite Twitch streamers for the Twitch Rivals Celebrity Show Match. But right now, here's a glimpse of the new season in action. Thank you, everyone, and have a great E3.
Yeah, this game's really good if you like competitive shooters.
Yeah. One of those that Ubisoft stuck with. They went down a little bit and stuck with it. Made it a lot better.
Yeah.
Is this some kind of a Kingsman thing? I think it is. The music is from Kingsman.
Yeah, they usually do this when they bring out a new one. Like how can he counter everybody else?
What is a clutch royale?
Kind of like a Bond thing. Right.
This is Brawlhalla.
Again?
I got to play this for a hot minute pack.
On the Brawlhalla Master. These things are whack.
I feel like, right? I am almost positive I got to play this pack.
Yeah, I'll toast your buns again, sure. Want to choose a different character? Yeah, I choose me.
But I suck at these brawling games, so.
Yeah, woohoo! Brawl Jabraic. Oh my burrito. Whoa, it's those guys from the game.
What time is it?
Adventure time!
Oh, wow.
Love that bacon ham.
Okay.
All I do is win. Got him!
Go for it, PB.
Uh-huh. Princess Bubblegum gonna show you up. Homies help homies.
This place has everything. Ha! Did somebody order a combo?
Yeah! Woo! Mathematical! 25 million players!
Dude, that's almost 25.5 million.
Oh, snap! Look out!
Baking pancakes, making
Guess I didn't realize that game went free to play.
Brawlhalla? Brawlhalla?
No, man! Brawlhalla!
Oh. Hey, welcome to Brawlhalla.
This game is...
Adventure Time coming to it. Ghost Recon.
Yep.
The only test of a man's worth is battle. When those rounds come screaming past your head, you're gonna learn if you're hungry enough to take that victory. And we're going to battle with the soldiers that we used to be. Ghosts. And you better believe that they are hungry too. Once upon a time, some of these ghosts, they may have been your friends. And there is brotherhood.
It's not just modeled
But
chat,
then
it
there's
actually
what
is.
The world
Yeah, it is him.
needs. These ghosts, they are the past. They still serve the machine that we
He was
left
in the other
behind.
game too, right?
And right now,
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the previous Ghost Recon?
No.
Or
world
Well,
needs
he did
They
the
just-
DLC. Did the DLC kind of lead up to this game?
I'm honored. I'm honored to be here with you tonight. And as you head into battle, with that mean look in your eye, and those bad intentions in your mind, remember this. You are the few with the courage to make history. You have the desire to take victory. You will be on a battlefield full of ghosts, but only you have that hunger. That hunger that makes you wolves.
I just say I want to become a bad guy because I want to join you guys. I want to be a wolf. And seriously.
All the way. What's going on, everybody? Hey, I'm John.
That's him, right?
Good to be here. This is
Yeah.
Bam Bam the dog.
That's him.
Thank you for having me.
Wait, I didn't think he could grow hair. What the heck's that on top of his head?
Oh my gosh.
It's a real
He's
honor
got
to
a
be
pit
here with you
bull.
guys today.
And his
Yeah,
pit
thank
bull's
you.
got a
I
big
love
head
you
like
too.
my pit bull.
Right on. This is awesome. This has been really great and exciting, and I'm really honored to
Look
be
at the
here.
puppy's like, I don't know what to do.
I'm enormously proud to be
I'm
part of the development of this
Ooh.
game. It was a pleasure to work with the Ubisoft team. You know, I've had the chance to play some pretty strong, tough men over the years. I've played a deputy fighting zombies, special
Everybody's like,
special
yeah.
forces soldier who lost everything. And now I get to play Cole D. Walker. He's a skilled former special operations soldier with his own sense of responsibility and his own moral code. He knows how things should be run. He loves his brothers, his fellow soldiers, but he is willing to do whatever it takes to complete his mission and take control of Aroa. There is no briefing. There's no backup. You will not face a group of bad guys or a criminal organization. You will face an entire army. My army. The Wolves.
What's your comment? Yeah. It's like that. This is kind of screwed.
Yeah.
We've got the
wins. Have you
numbers,
watched the
we've got the
commercial?
organization, and remember, we trained alongside you. The weaponry of a fully operational special ops detachment. Trust me, there's an unparalleled arsenal of high-tech weapons in Aroa. So if you think you have what it takes, strap on your boots, and you get ready to take on the wolves, and take on me. See you in Aroa. We'll be waiting.
That's awesome. That's pretty good.
Perfect predators.
I like it that they're going with that angle. If you think you're good
They have the
enough to take
knowledge
on
of their
us,
hunting ground.
strap on and go.
But we have the element of surprise. They have the technology. But we have the skills to even the odds. They have an army. We fight with our brothers and sisters. They are hungry, but we are enraged. We are ghosts. And ghosts never die.
Game looks good.
Oh, it's good. And the way I understand it, I haven't seen too much about it, but there's like almost survival type of thing to it. Where you get wounded and stuff, and it lowers like some of your abilities. Yeah. That's good.
Hi, everyone. Being a community developer on Ghost Recon Wildlands and Breakpoint has been an incredible journey for me so far. When we first announced the game, you were very excited. And after discussions with members of our community, I today announce that with our post-launch plan, we will be bringing back our AI teammates for our solo players.
Most people didn't like those guys, from what I understand.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know much about
because the AI was terrible.
We want to go the extra mile with how we engage with you. So I'm pleased to announce a brand new community program that will allow you to express and share your passion. Welcome to Ghost Recon Delta Company.
Ubisoft is always very community.
That's what we talk about, yeah. That's a good point right there. I mean,
from cosplay to streaming, fan art to forum discussions. However you show your love for Ghost Recon, there is something for you in our 5 different detachments, with lots of content to support you, as well as direct discussions with our studio. So head over to our Ghost Recon Breakpoint website
what are you
to find out
applying
more.
for?
And hear
just to
from
be
you
a part of that
soon,
community.
Delta
Different
Ghosts.
things in it.
Thank you very much, everyone.
Whether you're a cosplayer or any type of fan art and stuff like that, or just want to talk about the game.
Thank you, Laura. Hello, everyone. The Ghost Recon team has always taken great pride from your passion for our games. And that passion is what pushes us to deliver the best Spec Ops experience out there. Behind enemy lines,
they're pushing this game
you
real
will be
hard.
fighting the most dangerous enemies
Really?
the Ghosts have ever faced.
I mean, we're talking
constantly testing your survival
20
skills.
minutes at least?
Yes. We can't wait to welcome you in Ghost Recon Breakpoint on October 4th. And one month before that, our beta will be live on September 5th. You can register on our website right now for a chance to participate. Ghost Recon Breakpoint will be live for years to come. We've got your back.
People didn't know they were supposed to applaud there.
New content, free updates, and many surprises inspired by our community. Yes, yes, like this one.
Oh, this is...
Go ahead.
Oh, it's Terminator.
Oh my gosh, are they...
So there's a
including
second
that?
Terminator reference game?
Wow. They're really pushing that movie, too. Getting it back on track. That's awesome.
So Gears, you could do Terminator and Gears and then this?
Yeah.
Will you
Or is
survive
it a
your
Terminator
breakpoint?
game?
All right. See you all out there. Have a good one.
That's pretty cool.
That was it?
Yeah, it
Like-
looks like it's going to be like a DLC, probably tie into the new movie.
Oh, goodness.
Oh. Oh.
I saw a Splinter Cell.
Well, this looks like that. This is the other Rainbow Six.
Megan, a dauntless and
The
daring
mobile
agent.
game.
She's all
That's a
in,
Division
all out, always.
So they're just gonna combine all their games?
Yeah.
Montaigne,
Oh, there's
counterterrorism and rescue veteran.
JT's
His
turret
best
in the
offense
Division.
is his defense. Nomad, covert special ops team leader, a ghost on the battlefield. Caveira, highly skilled defending operator, lightly armed, massively effective. Sam Fisher, elite covert operative. The lone wolf now hunts with a pack.
Oh, Splinter Cell.
When chaos strikes,
Okay, what was that girl like reloading in the middle of
Rally the
the open
specialists.
kill zone? Fantastic.
lead the elite squad. Pre-register now.
Elite Squad.
Just Dance.
That was mobile, right?
Yeah, that was a mobile game, yeah.
I thought they said
10
no
years.
Just Dance.
10.
No, what they had said was that Just Dance was
That's a
not
lot
part
of
of their
dancing.
4 that they had considered for the
exhausted.
thing or whatever.
Yeah.
But think
Because they consider this a
everything we've done.
Update.
a double
It's
A
not for
game,
us.
not a triple A game.
Or for you, or you. It's for them, the players. We danced, and Silvio and his girlfriend got married. We danced, and our friend Jaden Rodriguez danced for millions, bringing together generations. That's right. We danced, and they set world records. Do you remember Carrie? Yep. Of course we do, because we were with her. Right. Yes. Dance is why we exist. And I know we're gonna have much more of these moments because dance is a force. It's transcendent. It unites and it shows us who we are. That's why Just Dance is more than just dance. Let's get out there and get ready for what's next.
Here's your dance montage, chat.
Nice. Uh-oh. Copyright.
There goes the VOD.
Yay, Yoda. I know this is not necessarily like important to the game, but I kind of like this that they have something like this.
Yeah, Ubisoft does this every year.
Every year.
Yep.
My daughter just started playing. We have an old version of Just Dance, and she was like, "Are we gonna do one, please?"
There you go. Never figured out on these just like these dancing games why they wouldn't allow you like games that you own to be able to bring an avatar into it. Like if it's a Ubisoft game, like bring in like an avatar into the game.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be fun. I want to see Cassandra get down with it. That's what I want to say.
That would be pretty funny. That's cool. It's coming to Stadia too.
Oh, would it? Yeah.
And the Wii. So I guess I'll have to get one for my daughter. We have a Wii.
We do too. How do you say that, Grumpy? Ruined the whole conference? Come on.
That made the conference better.
Exactly.
This will be For Honor, I think.
Or Skull and Bones?
Skull and Bones is not being shown. That's
right.
confirmed.
Oh, it is For Honor.
Yeah, I say For Honor. This is another game they stuck with as well that launched really badly, and it seems to have come back.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're completely redoing Skull and Bones because they don't know what to do with it.
A samurai came to deliver justice. But darkness clouded her mind. She slaughtered every living soul. And became the spirit of death. Years later, we hunted the samurai in the village. We didn't believe the old tale. Not until a horror came. Spirits hungered for our souls.
Okay, are they going to put zombies in this game? Please no.
Ghosts.
Be wary. Sakura is the spirit of death. And she's brought a curse that will doom us all.
That'll be next week.
I like For Honor. They always do during Star Wars Day. They add in like the lightsaber stuff, effects to weapons. It's kind of cool.
Is this a new IP?
Yes. Ooh.
There he is. We found him. Take him. I'll cover you.
He's going into stasis.
Contact. Head to the extraction point.
Okay.
Rainbow Six Quarantine.
Three-player tactical co-op.
Three-player tactical co-op. That's interesting.
Well, it's kind of like set in a way. Overwatch 2 is supposed to have a lot more
lead
PvE
game designer on the
content.
next Rainbow Six game. It's called Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Quarantine. I'm part of a new team in Ubisoft Montreal that set out on an exciting new mission. Create a radically redesigned co-op experience built on the foundations of one of the best shooters of this generation. What Siege is to the PvP shooter genre, we will be to PvE co-op.
Nice.
Quarantine will test your tactical skills and survival instincts, holding you and your operators on the razor's edge. It pulls you together as a squad, facing off against an unknown and devastating parasite. You will risk everything every time you step into quarantine. Stay tuned and start prepping for your next deployment. I can't wait to show you more, and have a great E3.
So
I've never played Rainbow Six because it's PvP, so if they're doing a PvE mode, I might actually pick it up. My youngest has it.
Now, there's actually part of some of your dailies and weeklies. You do a Rainbow Six, you can do solo stuff or co-op, and it's just against the NPCs that you do currently right now, even before this. So I think they're expanding on that stuff that was already in there.
God, Mom! I'm playing video games!
We will stand united. We will stay united.
What's up, Ubisoft family? What's up? Yeah. All right. Woo. As creative director at
Cats.
Red Storm Entertainment,
That's pretty cool.
there's no greater reward for me or the team than to see our game come to life and to see our players, our star players, taking tremendous pride in being a part of the Division. Yeah! Yeah! Now, if you haven't had the opportunity to play the Division 2 yet, we would be thrilled to have you join our very passionate community, because I'm happy to announce that this week only, between June 13th and June 16th, the Division 2 will be absolutely 100% free for everyone to play.
Saw that coming.
Nice.
And there's no better time to join us, as we're about to release the first of our major content updates for our year one journey. A journey beyond Washington, D.C., to save not just a city, but an entire nation. All right. Thank you. Episode 1, coming in July, right around the corner. We deliver to you new main missions and a brand new game experience. So for the first time, we're taking the fight outside the city, and you'll venture deep into the woodlands to spearhead an attack on a presidential compound as you seek to bring a traitor to justice.
Let me refresh.
The National Zoo is the setting of our next mission, where you and your team will hunt down the surviving outcast leader.
Picture looks good.
And this brings us to our final edition of Episode 1, a place called Kenley College, and it's home to an entirely new gameplay experience. One that will take exploration, investigation, and logic to uncover the fate of a military convoy gone dark. Now, episode 2, coming this fall, we will bring to you The Pentagon.
Ooh.
Once an impenetrable fortress,
nice.
It has fallen to the Black Tusks, and its secrets are about to be thrown out into the open. You must do everything it takes to secure what lies behind the walls of this last castle. But this won't be the greatest danger you face in episode 2. I'm very excited to tell you that our second raid will be coming this fall, bringing back intense 8-player action. Yeah!
Wow.
Watching you tackle the first raid was awesome.
I haven't
we
done
cannot
it
wait to see
personally.
what world records you break this time
Those,
around.
Those raids are
Now,
legit.
This brings us to our third and final episode of year 1. What if rebirth was not about bringing the world as we know it back to life, but the opposite? One man holds that power.
Someone said in the chat, in the Ubisoft chat, matchmaking or go away.
It's time to engage in a manhunt.
Read matchmaking or go away.
This is going to be copyright number 7 on the bottom.
We had the training. We fought to protect the weak. But training doesn't prepare you to hunt someone you used to call brother. He has left us no other choice.
A traitor?
If we don't stop him, there will be nothing left to save.
Back to New York.
Holy shit, what about that?
Oh,
man. Woo! I can't wait for that. Okay.
Wow, going back to New York.
One last thing. As you might know, we have been working on a movie. It will be directed by David Leitch, starring Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal. Well, today, I'm proud to announce that we will be making the Division movie with Netflix. More to come on that in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
So we've got Uncharted with Tom Holland, and now we have Jessica Chastain and
they've been working on this Gyllenhaal. Yeah, they've been working on that movie for a while now.
Oh my God! Wow. Hello, everyone. I'm Brenda Panagrossi.
Is this going to be their Ubisoft Pass?
Platform and Product Management. Ubisoft has been creating worlds for over 30 years. We have the most diverse library of games, and we're about to make it even easier for you to play them.
Mentioned Stadia.
I'm here to announce Ubisoft's new subscription service on PC called Uplay Plus.
Everybody's doing this now.
You'll get earliest available access to new games, including the premium editions with all their additional content. And you can enjoy the
I've been
depth
saying for a
of
really
our
long
PC
time now
catalog
that
includes over
PC
100
folks have
games
got to be
and
like
growing.
at Microsoft and Sony because they get to charge a subscription so that people can just play online.
Uplay Plus
You know,
will be
and then people have to
$14.99
buy
a month.
games, and that
If you
PC
sign
doesn't
up
get that.
today, we'll enable free access for you in September at launch.
How much is the EA service?
5 is
Depends. Are you doing basic or premium?
What's both of them?
5 is basic, 15 is the premium.
So 5 gets you old games, and then like 3-day early access to new games, and premium and do anything. As long as you subscribe, you don't obviously. Think about this though. You gotta buy EA games with the subscription service for EA. Ubisoft games with the Ubisoft games.
I'm going to go to Stadia and get all of them.
Yeah.
All right. This is just pushing people to Stadia.
But Stadia is going to have you. Some games you're going to have to buy on Stadia. We don't know, but they did say some games you'd have to buy.
Yep.
So we don't know how that's going to shake out.
So yeah, for those asking in chat, this would be you pay $14 a month or $15 a month, and you basically get everything, including new games.
Wherever players are, we want to provide access to our games and services.
So if you want EA games, you got to go pay EAs or just buy them one at a time.
Will be available on Stadia.
There we go.
There it is. So Uplay Plus will be on Stadia.
Stadia is the new generation gaming platform where you could play our Stadia games from any device. A special thank you to Phil Harrison and his team. This is the beginning of our partnership. Thank you so much.
So that's our first publisher joining Stadia officially. Stadia is what? Did they say $10? And you can actually do Stadia for free and just pay. You buy the games you want, and then if it's on their thing, you basically, like Movies Anywhere, put up your code or something.
Okay, so this is a new IP that was rumored. This is a roller derby game.
Okay.
So it looks like Rocket League on roller skates.
Hello, future champions. My name is Stefan, and I'm a proud member of the Roller Champions team. All right, come on, bring it up.
Now this guy has
From
no
the
problem
get-go,
with
our
skating.
ambitions with this game were very clear. We wanted to create something new. We wanted to capture the intangible excitement of players preparing for the big game. The hype of team play and competition,
right? I'm not
along
just
with the
imagining
craziness
that, right?
of high-speed racing. So we started working on Roller Champions.
It's not a bad thing.
A
I just like
skill-based
picking those up.
team PvP sports game that is as fun to watch as it is to play. A game in which you, the player, can create your own story as you roll up to glory. But right now I know how it looks. We showed you a trailer, and I got on stage starting my little speech. That's all well and good, but when will you ever get to play this?
Today.
How about today?
Called it.
Oh, good call.
That's right. When we're done here, I want you to head over to Uplay on your PC to download a pre-alpha E3 demo of Roller Champions. Play the heck out of it for the next few days. And when you're done, head to the forums to tell us what you thought. And you know what? We firmly believe that you will be screaming as loudly as our colleagues did when they first got to play test it back in Montreal. But I can't just leave you with that. So here's a taste of what you should expect once you click that download button. Put your skates on, see you in the arena.
Sorry, I don't have skates anymore.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another
Fuzzy Yoda going to be playing the alpha? Is that why are we talking?
Fuzzy Yoda is all about football.
Look at him go! Unbelievably fast! What a tackle!
I have a cousin who does roller derby.
My grandpa used to love watching roller derby.
This one is making the history book!
I don't remember what her roller derby handle was.
Eve. It's Eve Guillemot.
Eve, it's the little Frenchman.
It's a tiny Frenchman.
Yeah.
So first, I want to say thank you to... Thank you.
Look at the old dude finish.
So first, I want to say thank you to all the
embarrassing.
Ubisoft teams around the world for your talent and energy. You know, congratulations for another great show.
That's it?
We have to bring out all the devs.
I know, but...
So I believe video games
there's
have a
something else. There'll be
positive
something
impact on all of us and the world around us. At Ubisoft, our intention is to create games that will make you stronger and happier in your life. When you play Ubisoft games, we hope you will spend quality time with family and friends and meet new inspiring people. Learn more about yourself by doing and gain new perspective on the world and help shape it. So to everyone who plays our games, thank you for your love.
Merci.
You push us to always do better and go further. So now, I'm very proud to announce a new project from an exceptional team in Quebec City. Please give a warm upload to Marc Alise Côté, who is coming to show you a sneak peek of his game.
Oh, so... This is one of those...
Thank you so much.
Deer Simulator.
He was coming in for the
He was coming
European...
in. Yeah, the double. And
Over the
he
last
was like,
10
no,
years,
no, we're
I've
not
had
doing
the
that.
chance to be part of an incredible team that has always pushed the limits of Assassin's Creed and shown us different periods of our past. But our imagination has always been bound to the reality of the history books. These past 4 years, our minds have lingered on a different aspect of our history, mythology. The stories of the ancient gods and their misadventures have existed through generations of storytellers
VR.
and audiences and have transformed
Olympic gods.
into tales that we still
They find
know
mythology.
and love today. Now, these stories have shaped our dreams, inspiring us to build something new, something that transcends the limits that we have always set upon ourselves. Today, I am very proud to have the chance to show you a glimpse, to show you a teaser of this brand new game that we've been working on. I hope you enjoy it. Thank you, and have a great E3.
The Bob Ross painting simulator.
It is. Look at it.
I play the crap out of some Bob Ross painting simulator as long as I get to say happy trees.
Actually, there is a RPG painting simulator.
And there needs to be like a little joint sitting on his like.
Yeah.
When gods need help, they turn to you.
Ooh, I'm in. Gods and Monsters. Very generic title. And it's got a date.
Wow, February 25th.
Here we are. Hello, everybody.
Makes me think of the old school Kid Icarus
Yeah.
type of game.
Hello, everybody at home. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had a great show. But this is just the beginning, guys.
that was
This
the
is
end.
just the beginning. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
I'm pretty sure we're...
We are...
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute the...
That's Twitch
Yeah,
Rivals,
because I think that's that
Yeah.
Rivals thing. Yeah.
Twitch Rivals, yeah.
Conference is done, and they're moving on to esports, something or other.
Yeah.
What? We didn't have Ubisoft March of the Devs.
No, we didn't.
What?
So that was a pretty good conference.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ubisoft, they always bring it. I can't recall off the top of my head that they've ever had a bad conference.
Although I have to say, I think last year's was better than this year's.
I agree.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna be the salty one or not, but what were how many IPs did we hear? 4?
Are we
New
talking about
ones?
just new
4?
ones?
Yeah.
They said they were bringing...
Ghost Recon Breakpoint, Elite Squad, Quarantine, Roller Champs, Gods and
it's-
Monsters. That'd be
I was
so
thinking
5.
IPs, not modes or...
right. Yeah.
IPs is different than, oh, here's some new modes we're bringing to our game or new DLC.
So yeah, like
And there was only one new game, and that's that Gods and Monsters, right?
Roller Champions
Oh,
would
that's
be
right,
would be the
Roller.
second. Yeah.
Right.
So two new IPs.
I mean, that was a little. Oh, look at they just put up Girls Who Code. My daughter did that. Sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just starting off with Watch Dogs 3, that game was leaked, and the big core concept was also leaked, and it's you have the ability to recruit and play as any NPC in that game, all fully voiced with their own animations, and that game's coming out March 6th.
That looked good.
Looks very good.
Yeah,
I mean,
I didn't expect too much out of the Watch Dogs 3. I was kind of meh on Watch Dogs 2, but that actually looks pretty good. A lot more story and a lot more in depth than I thought we were going to get. Especially today, we got to see what they show us, like 20 minutes of that.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I was
It
impressed
like
with
a
that.
quarter. It was like a quarter of the conference.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, in most people's opinions, it seems like Watch Dogs 1 was very underwhelming. Watch Dogs 2, I think for the most part, people like Watch Dogs 2 because that was the one that was in California. It was all like crazy and stuff like that with people wearing like digital masks and stuff like that, and so seems like they're taking this one in the right direction anyway.
Right.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. Now I had a question for you guys. Anybody lore-wise? Because it is confirmed that Watch Dogs 2 and the Assassin's Creed are in the same universe and stuff like that. The one people that had like the soldiers there had Albion? Is Albion was the name of that. Isn't that a company in the Assassin's Creed? I thought so. I don't know.
The big one is Abstergo.
Abstergo, yeah. But I was thinking that was one too, or at least somebody's name, but I don't know. But
it could be.
Right. But no, I think the granny thing also won it for the Watch Dogs. That little part of gameplay, that was amazing.
Yeah, that was really funny.
That was funny.
And you know what? I can see people actually doing that, and we were kind of talking about it a little bit, but that I think would be a very interesting Twitch thing potentially, like doing an all like over 70 years old run, or like, you know, a teenager run or something like that. Just doing, you know, weird things like that with all your recruits and your characters, and
that'd be crazy.
Could be a lot of fun
if you could rename them, the NPCs too, if they had that facility like they do with some things, that'd be cool for your audience and watching Twitch and stuff.
I don't think so, though. Each one of those is a living, breathing character in the game, so I don't think you can rename them like you can in XCOM, whatever. I think you just gotta.
I wonder, like, if they do anything like they did Watch Dogs 2, like customization was a huge thing too. In that, I wonder if you'll be able to customize all those individuals that you recruit, because that was a huge thing. Watch Dogs 2, you get to go any of the shops and basically any of the clothes you unlock, because that was part of your achievements and stuff for doing things. You unlock new outfits and stuff, and you can go in there and just change your whole complete outfit and stuff like that. So I don't know, that'd be kind of interesting.
Oh, that's a interesting thing. Boy Scout in chat just said that it looks like you play as Perseus in Gods and Monsters.
Oh, that makes sense.
Nice. So yeah, I was big on Watch Dogs 3. I think that looked good. I'm more hyped about it than I went in. I was kind of meh about that at all, but that would look good. Rainbow Six, the quarantine one, that looks kind of interesting, as they're building upon the PvE thing that they had in there. But like I said, some daily missions and stuff they have, and actually build that on. I guess it's a separate game. It's not going to be like an add-on to that game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way I understood it. I mean, is that what you guys thought, or is it going to be added on to that?
I've got to be honest with you. I was a little confused about what was going to be what with the presentations. So I don't. I mean, that makes sense if that's the case. I'm not sure how they make that work, though, with people who've bought Rainbow Six Siege. I mean, they're going to have to buy a standalone separate game, and then you're going to have to level that one separate than the regular game. And how's that going to go over with people who've put hundreds of hours in?
All you need to do is get your Uplay subscription, and then you can have all those games.
Yeah. I have my opinion about multiple subscription services. I think I've been quite
there's Aeon
loud.
on TV.
Yeah,
what?
And mission, yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, next up we had, I was actually just looking on the internet for more info on Gods and Monsters. There actually is some, which we'll get to that here in a second. Ghost Recon Breakpoint is the next Ghost Recon. I don't know about you guys. I played the last one. The last one was pretty good, so it looks like they're just kind of taking the idea or core of that one and just making it better,
right?
Which is pretty cool.
I like the fact that they've got him as the bad guy. I've never seen him in a role as a bad guy. I think that's kind of cool. And the way they're kind of playing off is like the enemies in this are not some chumps or whatever. They're going to be really hard. They're going to have all the gadgets and everything like that, and you are going to be fighting kind of an uphill battle. Again, I think that's kind of cool the way they're making that come across that way.
Mm-hmm.
Another one. I kind of was like so on the one before, but if they've improved the AI and they're bringing that back and they're going to be better, the AI is going to be better. That will be a really nice addition on that game. So.
Yep. After that, we had Elite Squad, and I'm actually not sure which one. Which one was that? I'm trying to remember.
That was the mobile Tom Clancy's Elite
Squad. Yeah.
That was the mobile. That was the mobile game.
Shidmark X mobile.
The big problem for me is a lot of these games I don't play because they're just not my genre. I know of Rainbow Six Siege because my kid plays it, but I've never played it. I know of Ghost Recon. Again, I have another kid that plays it, but I don't play it. So I know of For Honor, but I've never played it. So I'm just kind of like, this is not my, this conference has not really had a abundance of games that I was like, ooh.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping. Yeah, I was kind of hoping we'd have at least an RPG from them to go along with it. Although Gods and Monsters might be that. It looks a little more action RPG, but it'd be kind of interesting to see how that goes.
Or even just a good indie game.
Yeah.
Ubisoft does know how to do indie games. They have a little studio that is like an indie studio in their things. That's where Child of Light came out of. So even that would have been cool. Like, we haven't seen a little indie game come out of their stable in quite a while. So
true.
That would have been nice, but clearly they're all in with the, you know, multiplayer shooters, which is fine.
I'm wondering if they're running into the same thing of waiting on some of their things for the new consoles, and that some of their RPGs and different things like that, games they want to come out with, they're waiting for the new consoles to roll out before they start doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the expectation, right, from industry analysts. But man, like last time they did that, they took a hit financially. The industry did, because everybody just sat on the sidelines and didn't spend money. And I don't know. I'm not buying Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah, I'm thinking
while you wait for the next generation PlayStations. I don't care.
I think they're on the fact of maybe games like The Division, as they're coming out with episodic content, like their own ad, like Episode 2 is coming out this fall, and then they went ahead and announced what Episode 3 was going to come out in the spring on that one. I couldn't remember on Division 2.
I think they are having content at the very least by this fall.
Yeah, I know
They've
Episode
got
2 was
another
this
release
fall, but
this year.
I can't remember the Episode 3, but yeah, I think maybe they're going to count on content like that to kind of carry them through a little bit, and hopefully people will pick up the Uplay kind of thing. But again, like you, that's a big gamble. Like maybe you're going to be losing out on some of those gamer dollars going somewhere else by not, if you're just like, well, we're just going to wait till the next set of consoles. But it's a big gamble.
Jason Schreier says on Twitter, Breath of the Wild meets Greek mythology. Yes, please.
Yeah, it did look good.
So
I don't know. We'll see. I didn't play Breath of the Wild, and I wasn't sad about not playing Breath of the Wild. So I had other open world games that I was playing. I think it was Horizon Zero Dawn actually that year. So we'll see. I hope it is something I might enjoy. Otherwise, Ubisoft's going to be getting The Division, and that's it from me. And maybe some Assassin's Creed Odyssey if they keep going with that until
I guess
Scarlet.
I guess part of that with it was kind of the pre-show, but I guess you can include the questing thing they did on there. I didn't see that coming, where you can make your own quest kind of thing for Assassin's Creed Odyssey. So,
yep, I might have to get back into that game. I don't know.
Yeah, they've actually, with this latest DLC, was part of the season pass, they actually added, because you saw all those abilities, like when they're doing the montage for the Assassin's Creed, where you would jump up and do like a shot with a bow. You now actually can have that ability where you jump either in you like slow time when you're in the air, and you can actually shoot enemies while you're in the air. So. So.
Another quick quote from Jason Schreier. He says, "Wonder what happens to the AAA video game industry when they've convinced us all not to spend $60 on a game anymore because everything is on a subscription service."
I mean, he knows the answer to that. Again, EA put it all up in their earnings report. When you have a subscription, you're going to pay more. Just think about it. $15 a month for Star Wars: The Old Republic. How much? That's $180 for a year, as opposed to paying $60 and not ever spending more and buying microtransactions. Then just think about if you have to pay a subscription to EA to play it, plus a subscription to play the game. How much they would be getting from that? Double.
That, or if you like, sometimes I know I've done this. I've subscribed to a service, and then I don't actually play a game that's on that service for, I don't know, several months. And it's like, oh yeah, by the way, I do have that subscription or whatever. And because they may not have a game, but they're still getting money from me. It's like, oh, whoops, cancel that. But I forgot. And how many other people do the same thing? And so that's kind of like they're banking on that steady flow, as opposed to, well, if we get a good game, see, they don't even have to worry anymore by getting the subscription. And it kind of sounds bad. Maybe I'm doing the bad thing, but they could actually not have to turn in any good games at all. I mean, you're paying your sub hoping that there will be good games. So.
Yeah, one other thing I wanted to touch on regarding subscriptions, and somebody said in chat earlier they were wondering after Ubisoft announced, the Ubisoft Pass thing is going to be on Stadia. So the question was, do you got to pay for both? What's the story going to be? So as we currently understand it, you'd actually have two options. One, you'd have to spend I think it's $5.99 a month for Stadia. Or was Stadia 10? I'm thinking it was
10
5, right?
For the 10 was the 4K version, and then there's a free version of Stadia. But I don't know what's included in the free version. So
I knew about the $10 one.
Yeah, 10 is for the 4K.
I don't think there's a free version.
Yeah, there's a free version, but the only way that I understood the Stadia free is that it's like Movies Anywhere. You actually have to buy all the games, and then if they have that, then you can actually use it like their server to keep your saves there. But that's the only way I understood it to be.
Which would be cool.
Yeah, that would still be cool. But again, you're not going to get access to any free DLCs. You're not going to access to any like the major updates or expansions. You're just going to have to. So you'd still have to pay for that individually, a la carte. But there was definitely a free version they mentioned on the Stadia conference, but they didn't give many details about it. Again, Google's kind of keeping a lot of people in the dark about some of that stuff. So. Other than you can pre-order for $129.
Okay, I've got the stats here. So you are correct. So what Stadia is doing is they've got Stadia Base, which is free, resolution up to 1080, frame rate 60, stereo sound. Buy games whenever you want them. So that is their thing. Additional says additional free games released. No. Then Stadia Pro. Okay, never mind. And then you got Stadia Pro, which is $9 a month. That's 4K, 60, 5.1. Buy games whenever you want them. Yes. Additional free games released. Yes. And so that's the difference. Okay. So what you'd have to then do, and this is kind of the point I was trying to make, is if you wanted to do all the Ubisoft games, you would have to pay for both Stadia Pro, if you're doing Pro, Stadia, and the Ubisoft one. So that would be basically 15 plus the 9. Or you could do just Stadia free and Ubisoft and pay just the Ubisoft version.
Which is something to think about. If you don't have the internet capacity for the 4K, there's no reason to pay for that.
Which I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I don't know about other people, but I wouldn't. Mine is sadly too volatile. So, yeah. But, I mean, so there you have. Now we don't know what other games are going to be there and how those other services are going to do.
Right.
Then we don't know what xCloud's going to be doing, because that's another one. And we also don't know what Sony's going to be doing.
Well, and then, like we said, I mean, is that 100% sure that you'll have to buy both with the Ubisoft being on Stadia? Or, because they said it's like Ubisoft teaming up with Stadia, but they didn't really explain how that's going to work at all. So I don't know. A lot of this is like, again, like I know we've talked about this. We have our own like gaming chat. Alise has talked about this a lot, about how many people are actually going to pay for multiple subscriptions. And, there's going to be a point where there's going to be too many subs and people are just like, meh, I'm done with it. So.
I mean, you see that already with streaming services, right?
Yep.
How many out of the three of us do you guys subscribe to every streaming service there is? Or do you like look at them and go, okay, the majority of my shows are on this one or that one? Or, I subscribe to Netflix and Amazon Prime, and my oldest does Hulu.
Yeah, I do.
And lets us use it.
I do the Netflix and Amazon Prime just because because I've already got Amazon Prime anyway. So but I don't do the extra stuff on Amazon. Like if they want me to pay extra for extra realm, I'm not doing that. It's basically what I get with my Amazon Prime account anyway.
So in some of these cases, people are double dipping.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's what the consoles have been doing for years, right? EA Access has been on Xbox for 2 years now, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Sony has Plus, so you have EA Access on Xbox, plus you have Xbox Live that you have to pay for. So that's 2 subscriptions. And then on Sony, they're rolling out EA Access on Sony this year. and you have to pay for PlayStation Plus. So that's 2 subscriptions there. And yeah, I guess if you average out how many games you might buy in a year, and you'd have to sit down and do some math to figure out whether or not that's, would equal out to being the same for you, how much you pay for both of those. But over time, it won't be.
Well, and again, I will say this again. If Stadia works, doesn't this push more people to Stadia? Because I don't have to pay for the new console. I don't have to pay for all the new games. I have one sub. I get my controller, and I'm good to go. I can play on any platform I want.
It does, but the only caveat you have to think about that, and that has been my argument when people were lighting up Stadia after the conference. But you notice how much distrust there is out there for Google?
Right. There is. Well, it's a fair point, too. I mean, Google is like, if something doesn't go right, well, when we're done, wipe our hands clean, moving on to our next project.
And just wanting to give Google more of their control of your life, more time and attention. I mean, I get it. So I think that is what Google has, the same problem EA has, which is that whole PR of having to get over that, even if they have something that's a good service. Again, they're going to have to put in the time.
Yep.
And therein lies the question for Stadia. I think there are pluses and minuses, and everybody's like, Jason Schreier was even like, xCloud can eat Stadia's lunch. This is a good opportunity. And I'm like, I don't understand how you're coming to that conclusion. I don't see one as having a better position than the other. It's just your opinion on how you're looking at it. But there's an argument to be made for both sides, for both services, as we know them anyway. The deal will be who plays with who. The service that has more developers, that have more games that people actually want to play, and they need to be new. You can't just fill it up with old games, which is what EA's been doing with their service up until this year with Anthem. Everything else has been old games. And, I mean, that's great, but I'm not willing to pay $15 a month to play Battlefront 2.
Now,
I just here real quick.
I can buy that crap on sale. So.
Yeah. So here real quick. I think the Xbox Game Pass is probably the best deal out of all of them currently. To answer a question in chat real quick, I just did a search, guys, and I don't think there's any Ubisoft games on Xbox on their Game Pass. So hopefully that answers that question.
I mean, that makes sense because they're all in with Stadia.
Yep.
So they're pulling the whole, you can't watch every show on TV on Netflix.
That's true.
You can't watch every show on TV on Hulu, and you can't watch every TV show on Amazon Prime. So they want, and then Disney is pulling all their crap off of everybody, so that everybody has to go to Disney's subscription service. And who else is doing that?
Yeah,
I think there's another one that's doing it too. So
does a company like EA, because I mean, let's be honest, they're kind of struggling with their own access kind of thing. I mean, they've made money on it. But they have actually a very large library and devs that they publish for. Could a company like EA be swayed by like Google or somebody else, and that really tip the tide? And they I don't know, jump in bed with Google, and I mean, wouldn't that be a huge swing for them?
I think if they jump in bed with anybody, it's going to be with Xbox.
Yeah. Okay.
But they've been working on their own version of this, so we've heard squawks about for years, right? They've been working on their own, so I could see them being like, hey, we're partnering with Disney and we have our own. Let us show you what we have. So, I mean, I don't know. And who was it yesterday or we were watching earlier today or yesterday? It's already blurred together with the Orion thing. We're having another senior moment.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Being actually that
for
third
all we
party.
know. Right. So, I mean, that'd be great for EA to do. Then they could go anywhere. But I don't know. Just, in their earnings report, they had it everywhere that their streaming service was where they were going to be making the big bucks for the future. it was everywhere in their earnings report. That is where they're pushing everybody. And if you've had if anybody has had a survey from EA recently, that was one of the big questions I know I got asked. And my kids, they had a survey for my youngest kids playing about whether or not they would play a game on EA Access and what would it need to be to have them subscribe, or that I would be willing to subscribe for them. So clearly that's where they're going, but they have to do a better job than what they have now.
Right.
Anyway, any other games for that?
Just sort of the last two that I had on my list. Again, they just announced that Roller Championships, and I don't think there's any other roller derby style games out there. And yeah, I think you're probably right, JT. They're probably trying to copy the Rocket League thing and see what that does for them.
It looks like a game that you could just pick up and just play, mess around with for like a half an hour or whatever. You know, if you got a short amount of time, just play with it and have fun.
Yeah. And finally,
I think with that one, just really quick, I don't know if they're going to be pricing it out, but if they're going to need to make that free to play if they want to compete against Rocket League. I mean, would people pay $60 for a roller derby game when Rocket League is free?
I don't think it'd be a $60 game, maybe like a 20 or 30.
I mean, but still, would you pay that when Rocket League is free?
Maybe. That's why they're doing that free trial thing, I suppose. I might actually, I might download it and try it like tonight or something.
Just mess with it.
Oh, it is going to be free to play. I'm just looking it up now.
Oh, well, there you go. Yeah, there you go.
Roller Champions. Wonder how they're going to monetize it. Probably outfitting your character, I imagine.
Yeah.
I mean, your clothes in Rocket Derby are huge. So
yeah.
I would think that would be the case, yes. But then they're going to have the same problem, which is another reason why I think all of these publishers are going to this, is that, again, that Matt Pascatella or whatever his name is from the NDP group was saying that statistically free-to-play games, there's a whole lot of people but there's way more people who don't pay anything than pay something in free-to-play games. They have to get people to actually pay it. So I think that's another force that's pushed all this going to the subscription, because, you know, even if you pay nothing in this game and don't buy any microtransactions, at least you've got something coming in just to be able to get in the door. So,
little bit of breaking news for you Splinter Cell fans in chat. It's been basically confirmed that there is no Splinter Cell game in production.
Dang.
Wow.
Missed opportunity.
So even if they start one today, you're looking at about 3 years bare minimum.
Minimum, yeah.
Wow, does that mean they're sunsetting the brand then?
I don't know. I mean, they put him in the elite squad. He's there, and Sam Fisher.
Yeah.
They had him there, so it's like they're using the brand, but it's like the brand is great. Now just give us another game. That's what we want. It's such a good game. I mean, especially right now when you're using like other games like your Assassin's Creed that utilizes the stealth, and they had that what was that other game we saw earlier? EO or whatever, the little kid, the 6-year-old.
Yeah, the stealth
Another
game,
stealth game. Yeah, it's like that's what Splinter Cell used to be, and I mean, I'm really surprised they're not having that be in a game that, I mean, I think a lot of people would want to play that. Very surprising.
Yeah. And of course, the last game they showed was Gods and Monsters. Piqued my interest. I thought it looked really interesting.
I would say they're the first part of the show, and then finishing up with Gods and Monsters, I think was probably some of the strongest things they had in there, to be honest. I mean, I like seeing the stuff that they're doing with Division 2 and keeping that updated and new things with that. The For Honor, the new DLCs with that. I think that looks like a fantastic looking story. It's not a game I play personally, but it looks neat that they're they're continuing adding new story elements to that and stuff. But again, I think the strongest games from that show was definitely the Watch Dogs and Gods and Monsters, or at least for me.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued, but I'm not sold. I want to see more.
Definitely. I'm just surprised that they announced it, didn't show anything, and they're like, "Oh yeah, it's out in February."
Yeah, I mean that's like
So,
an eye blink. That's the last quarter of 2019. So like, and I don't know. Is there another game? I mean, they don't have like a QuakeCon, right? So the next one would be PAX.
Yeah.
That they would be showing.
Yeah, when's Gamescom?
I think it already happened. I think it was in March or April.
Couldn't remember.
Let me see.
But yeah, I agree with you. I think that with the game coming out even in February, that could have easily been should have been another 10 minutes of showing that game off at least.
Looks like that's in August.
Oh, okay.
August. Well, then they might be doing there then Gamescom. So.
Which I mean, that's pretty big. It's bigger than PAX, so.
Yep.
And they're a French company, so that kind of makes sense for them to be maybe Europe. So.
I don't know. It makes me just shrug my shoulders. I wonder if they're not saying much so that they have the luxury of pushing it back into another quarter. But I don't know. We'll see.
So I guess here's the next question then. Going back to what we originally talked about before the conference, they said 4 AAA IPs within the 2019 financial year. So it's Ghost Recon, Gods and Monsters. So what are the other 2? Because they didn't give a date for Quarantine, I don't think, unless I didn't write it down. Oh, and
they didn't, but
and
that
Watch,
was
in November.
and
and
Watch
it'd
Dogs.
have to be Watch Dogs, and then it has to be one of those expansions.
I always think
that
that
they're calling.
I thought Rainbow Six Quarantine was November.
It might be. Maybe I missed the date. Let me look real quick.
I don't know. For me, that's not what I think when someone says new IP or whatever.
That's more of like a new mode.
AAA, that's a new mode. That is not. I was thinking new game.
Yeah.
So Gods and Monsters and Watch Dogs 3. And then I'm like, what other ones are you talking about? Those are like games you already have out and you're just adding something on it. Like, I wouldn't call the Battlefield 5 zombie mode, what was that called? Blackout or whatever? That wasn't a new game. That was a mode.
Everything I'm seeing right now says 2020 on that Quarantine.
Yep. No date on Quarantine.
Yeah, 2020 at least. So.
Yeah, if they make that though, first quarter, that is 2019.
That's true.
So, that's fourth quarter 2019 fiscal year. So
that could be then.
Maybe that's what they're trying to do, is get it in that first quarter, but they don't want to commit because maybe they're still working on stuff at the studio and they don't want to have people squawk. And look at how long Outer Worlds managed to say nothing about release date. And then all of a sudden threw down, oh, it's going to be before the end of the year, everybody. Ha, ha, ha. Like the real calendar year. Ha, ha, ha.
Yeah. I'm really surprised. What was the time frame from when they did like the first teaser of Assassin's Creed Odyssey to where it went out? Was that 2 years?
I want to say 2 years, yeah.
I'm really surprised that we didn't get a teaser of Ragnarok, because it's already been out there that it's going to be a Viking-based Assassin's Creed, the next one. I'm really surprised we didn't get a teaser with the title, at least, at the very minimum.
I am too. I honestly thought that was going to be one of the 4.
Yeah, I did too.
But, I mean, they didn't do it. So the only thing I can think of, JT, is the reason why they didn't do it is because it needs to be on the new hardware.
That, or they're still, with all the DLC that they're having for the current Assassin's Creed Odyssey, I think it's doing so well that it's like, let's push that back just a little bit.
I mean, I honestly think with the way that they're doing it, the way that they've handled Odyssey, they don't need to do one every year.
Yeah.
They're getting just as much play with just adding additional content, and they're trying to make it more MMO without being massively multiplayer. That they could pull that out for another year at least. I just don't think if that's the direction they're going, I think they're going to end up biting themselves on the butt by releasing another one every year, every other year, because you're still going to have people engaged with Odyssey in a year. And then you're going to tank the property that's still going for the new property. I mean, I know Battlefield does that, Call of Duty does that, sports games do that. But how does that work with RPGs? It's expected in those action adventure games because they've been doing it for so long. But to me, that's not how RPGs go, especially ones that have a deep story in it. You got a romance. People get attached to their characters. Trying to pull them away and go, oh, look at the new hotness we have over here. It doesn't always work so well.
Now, I definitely see a way they can do that. I don't know. Is it okay? Any spoilers in Assassin's Creed Odyssey? Because I don't know. What do we say to that?
At least do a squinty eye.
I know, squinty eyes.
I'm like,
if you've not done the Atlantis part of it, and I'm not even talking the DLC, but if you've not done the Atlantis part,
I haven't.
You learn stuff about the protagonist and how it ties to the future person that's going around, that's actually interjecting themselves into the DNA of the character, and that's who's actually playing your part, through using whatever that where
Animus,
you lay down,
it's called?
using the animus. So, and it shows exactly how the protagonist ties with the person that's using the animus. So yeah, I guess, but I can see there's a way in which the story
you see that at the beginning of the game, though. You do that at the beginning of the game, if I remember correctly, right? So that's not really a spoiler if you started the game.
Well, how the protagonist actually could possibly actually interact with the protagonist and not in just the animus. But anyway, so, but I could see how they could just open up just make the map bigger, and then, like, now we're moving to Scandinavia area, go to that map or whatever, potentially.
Yeah, overall, pretty good conference. No real complaints, I don't think.
I am shocked, though, what Phoenix One brought it up about Beyond Good and Evil, too. I'm really shocked, that they decided that, even when they said they were going to put a stream out on it and still not talk about it at this conference. This is like the the granddaddy of, like, showing off your game and what's coming out, and to not bring it to the game show, I'm really surprised about, especially the following that game has.
Yeah. But I wonder if they were trying to not take steal Watch Dogs 3's thunder. So maybe that's why they didn't. But to me, this was not a single player narrative story heavy show. This was shooter, multiplayer, PvP heavy presentation, which is fine. But maybe that's why they pulled it out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. They even leaked. Either they leaked it or somebody leaked that Watch Dogs was going to be there anyway. So.
Yep.
But they didn't leak the Gods and Monsters, and they didn't leak the roller derby one. So that's a head scratcher.
Yeah. Quarantine wasn't leaked, and Squads wasn't leaked, so... Wasn't it like Amazon UK or something that leaked Watch Dogs?
I think so.
Yeah.
Which Amazon has done that how many times before now?
Yeah.
The European version has done that how many times now?
Yeah. Well,
Destiny
don't give
2
your stuff.
And
don't give your stuff to Lego, Amazon, or Walmart. It's going to get leaked. All that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go ahead and pull up the schedule here real quick. We still have 2 more of these to do, everybody. one more tonight. The late night After Dark edition Square coming in at 8 p.m. Central. For those who want to see the Avengers game, that's the one that we're going to see. And then
So
tomorrow we'll have Nintendo at 11 a.m. So we're almost done with this. But yeah, officially the show floor and stuff doesn't open up for, well, actually it opens up tomorrow. So
Yeah.
Twitch.
Nintendo will be when the show floor is open. I think they did it from the show floor last year, right?
Yep.
I think.
Squares in 30 minutes? No, it's longer than that.
It's 8:30 our time, right? Or 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock our time?
Yeah, I think they were saying it's only going to be 30 minutes long.
Oh.
I actually...
That was last year.
Yeah, I think it'll be longer. I think the Marvel itself is going to be pretty good. I'm hoping.
I hope.
I'm hoping on that one. And then, of course, they got all the, Final Fantasy stuff?
Yeah. So I send you guys that link that there's been a leak about Final Fantasy VII or something like that?
Actually, it wasn't a leak. They actually had a Final Fantasy concert last night, and they unveiled the release date of the concert.
Okay.
Oops.
I knew there was something that had to do with that. Yeah. So, I mean, we already know about that. We'll see whether or not they actually talk about it.
Didn't they say Batman was coming up? No, it's been confirmed that there's no Batman games being shown at E3 this year.
Yeah.
It's Rocksteady and WB, I think, off the top of my head.
Yep.
So, yeah, they confirmed they're not going to be there. But I think we'll probably wrap up for now and take a little break and then come back for the next one, if that's okay with you guys.
Yep. And say the time again? For the show? That's what I thought. It's 9 Eastern.
Yeah, so we'll start our pre-show at 7. Basically, we'll get together at 7:30. Well, maybe 8:30 your time.
8:30.
I was going to say it's 8:30 for me and JT.
Yeah. Yep.
All right, sounds good.
They just won some money for their charity.
Oh, who did?
Girls Who Code won the
Yay!
money for the charity. I think that Sack Girls team that won. Yeah. Yep.
That's a great program. Like I said, my daughter did it in elementary school and middle school.
Sacriel's pretty darn good. Whoever. Yeah, whenever you have him on your team, he's probably gonna get it done. All right, cool, everybody. So that'll be the plan. Like I said, we're just gonna go ahead and take a bit of a break here, and then we'll come back for the next one. So everybody can get up and stretch, grab some dinner, and we'll hit up this last one today and do Nintendo tomorrow. Then also here, go ahead.
I was just gonna say this will be my last. The Square one will be my last one. So you all will get JT and Kidley, and then if Kidley brings in somebody else to wrap that up tomorrow without me. But
yep. And I was just gonna say one other quick thing. Again, where can they follow you guys on Twitter at?
I am abrown35.
And I'm at JT_HoloNet.